Hi everyone, Matt B's Movies back just for an impromptu live. Just thought I'd go live for half an hour, maybe an hour. We'll see how it goes if anyone joins the chat. Um, yeah, just thought I'd come on and just see, sort of a little chat about sort of state of movies, what's been happening just recently. I've got this pickup this week. Uh, Top Gun Maverick. I'm sure that's on everyone's pickup list at the moment. Managed to get the 4K steelbook, and I really like the design of this one. I know there was, I think, a Zavi and an HMV one with a lenticular, but I decided to go for this one and really quite like the design with the aircraft carrier on the side here. I thought it's a really good design, this one. And I have to say, I put the disc in last night, and wow, I was blown away. Really was absolutely fantastic. I only put a few scenes on, sort of a few of the scenes where sort of the aerial shots, and there's a scene at the start. I don't want to give sort of any spoilers away, but there's a scene where Maverick is sort of in this test uh, pilot, big, yeah, just say it's a testing thing, and the bass was absolutely phenomenal. Uh, yeah, really kind of knocked me back. Couldn't believe what I was hearing, and then I sort of fast forwarded to some other scenes in the film, the IMAX ones where they're sort of in the cockpit. The sort of camera is sort of facing the pilot, and yeah, wow, it's one of the best looking and sounding um, films that I've seen on 4K. I was absolutely amazed, fantastic. And also on the back of this, I don't know if you can see, but it says that on the 4K disc, you've got over 80 minutes of bonus features. It does say goes deeper into the making of Top Gun Maverick for incredible real life stunts, pilot training, and more. Now, apparently, on the Blu-ray version, you're getting about 30 minutes of special features. So they're actually sort of putting another 50 minutes of content on this 4K set. So, a really nice sort of additional content. I haven't checked any of those special features out yet, but yeah, it's a really comprehensive looking disc. And I think the Blu-ray has got actually the Blu-ray has got Atmos on it as well, which is interesting. So all of you that picked it up on Blu-ray, you're in for a treat because, as I say, the sound is just 360 degrees. It's coming from left, it's coming from right, behind, above. I was absolutely gobsmacked at how amazing this sounds. So whether you're picking it up even on DVD, I think it'll sound really good. I say such a fantastic film. This, we managed to see this at the cinema, and yeah, it was really blown away. Oh, I've got one comment. Jim Jam Movies. Oh, thanks for popping in. It's nice to say yeah, a good afternoon to you. And oh, got somebody else. Yep. Oh, thanks ever so much. Yeah, for joining. What have you been up to today? Have you been doing any Blu-ray hunting? Okay. with that person. Yeah, so yeah, I just checked out the Avatar new trailer as well, which has dropped. Well, I think it's dropped. Yeah, it looks really good. I was really impressed with sort of the visuals on it. But I have to say, I'm not that overly excited about seeing the film. I think I'd like to see what it's like in 3D. I'm quite interested to see the 3D on it, but for me, I think it's just a little too late. Um, this should have come probably 5 or 6 years ago. I guess the pandemic delayed things, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. You know, see whether it sort of tops Top Gun. Now, I think Top Gun has been the real sort of highlight of the year for a lot of people. For me personally, it's been the film of the year, definitely. What's the classic film this afternoon? The Lady Vanishes. Don't know. I'm not sure about that one. Whether I've heard of that. Is that a horror film or a sort of a thriller? I tell you what, I watched last night on Amazon. There was a recent film come out called Run, Sweetheart, Run, and yeah, that's quite a trippy film. That one. Basically, it's like a sort of a thriller, but yeah, it sort of has a little bit of a twist to it. So if you've got Amazon Prime, definitely worth checking out if you like those sorts of films. So it's a thriller, sort of horror kind of feel to it. Hi, Gareth. Thanks for joining. Did, did you see I picked up the complete 10 seasons and 2 movies for £8? No, I don't think I've checked that one out. That's, uh, that's 10 seasons of what, actually? The Lady Vanishes, is that? Or that sounds a really good deal. The Hitchhop. Oh, okay, cool. Really cool. No, I don't think I've heard of that one myself, but that sounds like a good deal. Um, yeah, so I think this weekend, AJ and I are going to be doing another stream. I think he's got a couple of guest lines up. He'll be on his channel this weekend. I think we're going to go sort of live Saturday. So yeah, um, get a couple of guests on, and then weekend after there'll be a stream on my channel. We're going to do a sort of a war-related stream, obviously being over the Remembrance weekend. Um, so yeah, got a couple of guests on with that one, so that'll be good. Stargate. Oh, that's a good series. Yeah, Stargate. I remember back in the day watching that one on Sky. That was really good. Yeah, Richard Dean Anderson. Um, yeah, I enjoyed that. I mean, I'd like to see a 4K of Stargate actually. I think that would be really good. I don't know whether they'll bring that out, but it'd be nice to see another sort of live action Stargate actually, what they could do with it now, because I mean, even back then, the effects were fantastic, and it was nice to see the sort of desert location with the pyramids. I mean, it's quite mind-blowing sort of images on that one. But yeah, I'd like to see whether they sort of picked up the story from the TV series. And there were a few spin-off series as well, I think. Atlantis. Um, I forget what the other one was called, but I didn't really watch those. Just watched Stargate. Sorry, I meant Stargate. Ah, that's fine. That's no problem. But yeah, Did you ever see Mac and Me? Mac and Me. That rings a bell, but no, no, I can't. I can't. I never saw the film and Stargate Universe. Yeah, can't remember who the main star was in Universe. I can picture his face, but I just can't think of the actor. No, I didn't ever watch Universe. Censor. I don't think I've heard of that one either. Is it really windy where you are? It's like blowing a gale out here. You can see behind. It's suddenly got really windy all of a sudden. I don't know. There's a bit of a storm coming in, isn't there? So, I don't know. Hi, Geese. After Robert Carlyle, that was it. Yeah, I could see his face. I just couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. But yeah, yeah. No, I never watched Universe. That didn't run for too many seasons, did it? Don't think it was as successful as certainly SG1 or I can't remember the other one now. What the other one was called, but yeah, cool. So have you been picking anything up recently, Goose? Have you got any new pickups? Did you pick up Maverick? Oh, got Pete Playtendo. Hi, Pete. Thanks for popping in. I say I'm just not going to be on for very long. It's just an impromptu live. I just thought I'd pop on and see who's about. So yeah, nice. Thanks for joining. Video tasties. What's tonight's lottery numbers? Well, we'd all like to know that, wouldn't we? Yeah. So, oh, Jim Jam says it's windy and rainy. Also got to go to work. Oh no, not too great when you have to go out in it. Um, yeah. No. Yeah, looks like it could be a bit stormy tonight. Certainly. Uh, Pete, have you popped in Maverick yet? Have you watched it all, or just have you tested it out? You've got a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, I think, on that Blu-ray. I say I popped it in last night and was absolutely blown away. Pictures just crystal. I think even the Blu-ray will look really, really good. But the sound, absolutely amazing, amazing sound. Yeah, it's coming from the back, the sides, all around. Absolutely fantastic. Really looking forward to probably going to watch it the weekend. Um, but yeah, really looking forward to watching it definitely. But yeah, glad I made it in for a bit of Stargate talk. I recently got the big new Hitchcock box set from HMV, some incredible films. How about yourself? Any new pickups? Um, I'd say that the main one I got this week was Maverick. Um, I've got another package on the way, and hopefully it's going to arrive sometime this afternoon. Coming all the way from France. So yeah, not sure there'll be a sort of an unboxing today on that one, but yeah, it's quite a nice little item. Well, I think anyway. Pete says I watched Maverick. Yeah, was it as good? Did you go to the cinema to see it, Pete? Was it as good, or is that the first time you've watched it? Um, I thought it was fantastic at the cinema. It really was a really great experience. I'd have loved to have seen it on an IMAX, screen. Um, Unfortunately, you don't seem to have any IMAX screens around this way. Certainly not at the moment. I think there is plans to have one, but I think it might be next year that we finally get an IMAX. So yeah. watched Ghost Watch last night. That was okay. Yeah, yeah. I think I did see that back in the day. Was it 1992 or something like that? Can't quite remember, but yeah, it's kind of like a found footage sort of reality TV sort of special, wasn't it? Um, yeah, cool. Yeah, I was watching Channel Night where he unboxed. Is like the 101s. Is it the 101 edition that you've got with all the sort of extra booklet and all the rest of it? Um, yeah, yeah, it does look. It looks good. Hi, Ian. Thanks for joining. So just sort of spare of the moment. Just thought I'd go live for a little bit, just see who was about. Yeah, I mean, watching your reviews and things. Some good stuff. And what have you got? Much planned? Are you still watching horror films this week? Or are you taking a break? Um, Did you watch anything good at Halloween? Pete says that part when Maverick enters the cafe and asks where. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched that scene last night. Yeah, it's great. And that bit where he just like he pushes it, doesn't he? And he just says one more little bit. It's brilliant. Yeah, yeah. I'm definitely going to watch the whole thing at the weekend. I'm sure. Is it about 2.5 hours, something like that? I can't remember now, but I know it's. Yeah, it's such a good film. That is really is. Uh, yeah, it's a 101 release. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think it was Mike Smith, wasn't it? Who was on that? Was it Mike Smith or the guy, the main guy, the blonde hair? I'm sure he used to be on Radio One or Radio Two, and sadly passed away. And I didn't realise that. This um, guy was unboxing. He said, I think it was Mike Smith. I can't remember. Yeah, passed away, and I thought, oh gosh, and some years ago as well, 6, 7 years ago. Your Avatar trailer looks great. It does, yeah, it does look good, but I wasn't wowed. I think because we've seen it before, I think I'll be wowed in the cinema when I see it in 3D. And I'm hoping that sort of the underwater stuff's going to look really good in 3D because generally 3D is really good in underwater sort of situations or in jungles as well because you've got a lot of the foliage which is kind of like so it gives added depth and perception and this kind of thing. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it at the cinema. um, but I just wonder whether people are going to all rush to see it. And I know a lot of people don't necessarily want to sit there with the glasses on. um, So it'd be interesting to see whether it'll be as big a hit as they think. Will it do better than Maverick? I don't know, but only time will tell. 130 minutes. Oh, okay, yeah, so 2 hours, 2 hours 10. I thought it was longer than that. I thought it was about 2.5, 3 hours. But yeah, it's Mike Smith. Yeah, no, I didn't realise he passed away. Um, that's right. Yeah, he was married to, again, I forget her name. Um, I'm sure they used to do children's TV show or something back in the day. Was it was it with Noel Edmonds, Swap Shop or something like that? I can't remember now. But Avatar, yeah, 3 hours. Might need a matinee, sort of like a the little sort of breaks in the middle, um, where you can go and grab yourself a coffee or something. But yeah, 3 hours. I mean, I will go and see it. I'll probably go and see it in between Christmas and New Year. Um, but Yeah, that's a long time, isn't it? But don't you find that with a lot of films now, they're coming out and they're sort of, you know, 2.5, 3 hours. A lot of these films. I mean, I watched one film last night. I was saying a little bit earlier on the stream. I think it was called Run, Sweetheart, Run. And it's on Amazon Prime, and an hour and a half. But it felt longer. But it's a new film, and it's quite interesting. It's I don't know. It's got Tarantino feel about it a little bit. Um, but yeah, if you've got Amazon Prime, check it out because it's got a bit of a horror element to it. Um, it's advertised as a thriller, but it has got a little bit of a horror element to it. But yeah, worth checking out. Just done a video on cult TV series of the 90s called Nowhere Man. Now I think I've heard of that, which everyone was trying to find the next X Files with conspiracies. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm interested to watch that. That does ring a bell, Nowhere Man. Hmm. Who was in it? Blue Peter. That's right. Yep. Yeah. Like the Carpenter movies, as they're always around 90 minutes, so you can get a couple of films in. Yeah. 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 I was going to watch The Fog on Halloween, but in the end, I never actually got around to it. But I still actually yet to see it in 4K. I bought the 4K about a year ago, and I still haven't watched it. But yeah, I do really need to sort of get around. Maybe this week, um, whilst it's still sort of about. I know it's November now, but still feels well. I suppose you can have horror anytime, can't you? But See How They Run is now on Disney Plus. Okay. Yeah, there was another film on Disney or on Star that I was looking at last night. And that kind of looked like a bit of a horror sort of film, but I can't remember what it was called. Um, it began with N, Meredith or something like that. Nearly put that on, but I was sort of, I think that was 2 hours long. I mean, usually you sort of watch something about 9 o'clock and you want something that's sort of about an hour, hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes, something like that. And there's quite a lot of films on Amazon of about that length, sort of hour 20, hour 30. Uh, but yeah, I'll probably have to check this other one out on Disney. Fog is a Studio Canal release, so I should have made. Yeah, yeah, I went for the Steelbook. Didn't go for the big box set. Um, Actually, talking of Studio Canal, Highlander was supposed to be coming out this week. Well, I think it's out. There's two versions. I know AJ picked up a Steelbook version, but there's the other version with all the sort of book and goodies. For some reason, I got mine through Amazon. There seems to be a bit of a delay. Whereas I've seen other people, I guess maybe Zavi or HMV. But yeah, it seems to be a bit of a delay with the Amazon one. Will be available on Sunday or Monday. Or on Saturday, got a horror film, The Devil's Man, pushing in Pleasance. Wow, cool. Yeah, he's certainly going into the vault of sort of the 70s and 80s films, which is great to see. I do really enjoy your reviews, Ian. They're really good. You know, there's a lot of passion that you bring to your videos, and it's great. Yeah, I really do really enjoy your reviews. They're brilliant. I always find Amazon, especially recently, seem to be lacking in films or quite hard to find. That's why Disney Plus. Yeah, yeah. I think I know Amazon's packaging's not that great as well. I've had a few sort of damages in the last few months, whereas Zavi's do seem to have sort of improved, shall we say? But I don't know. I had enough bad experience with Zavi, so I don't deal with them anymore. Um, yeah, if it's a Zavi exclusive, then I'll wait and see what happens on eBay. Hopefully, get it for a reasonable price. I mean, I've got some sort of Zavi exclusives, but they're through eBay. So, but Amazon is having loads of delays, bit like the Terrifier films. Ah, yeah, yeah, because that Terrifier isn't there like a double pack with the first and second film on, and I think they've been selling out quite quick. Yeah, not even seen the first one of that. It doesn't. It sort of reminds me a little bit of It, I suppose. It's like a clown sort of guy, isn't it? I don't know. Again, that sort of film I wouldn't necessarily collect myself. I don't mind watching it, maybe a one-time watch, you know, on Amazon or whatever. But yeah, I don't collect very much horror at all. I tend to wait till midnight of release date, then order. There's a high chance you can get it for 1 p.m. Okay, yeah. Do you have Amazon Prime? I don't actually have Amazon Prime. My son has Amazon Prime, but he gets the delivery, but basically he's got to log on our TV so we can watch the films. So yeah, but he's not at home. He's off at university at the moment. So yeah, we get to watch the films, but we don't get the Prime delivery. Although I'll do a free trial every year. I'll probably be doing one soon because of Christmas, you know. So, but yeah, I mean they're pretty good with delivery. If it's on Prime, usually it'll be there next day. Amazon packing is dreadful. Yeah, yeah, I know. They do seem to have. I think because it's such a mass sort of operation that they have, they're just putting stuff. The trouble is these things get damaged, and of course, then you're having to contact them, and either for a replacement or you're getting discount codes. Whereas if they took a little bit more time on the packaging, they'd actually find that they wouldn't be getting so many returns or having to give people discounts for damaged items, and so in the long run, it actually would work out better for them. But well, I have to say, Amazon's customer service is really good. They'll sort it out for you. Whereas I found with the likes of Zavi, uh, their customer service isn't the best. But unless it's improved, I say I don't know. I don't deal with them anymore. So Terrifier 2 pack on Blu-ray is going for 60. Wow. How much is to buy in the shops? 20 quid. Scalpers for you. I do have Prime. I don't pay for Disney per se. I use yeah. That's what I do with Disney. Use the club card. I was lucky this time because I got they were doing a special offer. I think it was £8 for 6 months. So that takes me up to the end of January, I think. So it's always worth looking out on Tesco's, because sometimes they'll do those little deals where it'll be 6 quid for 3 months or 8 quid for 6 months. So yeah, always sort of every now and again, just go and have a look. And you don't have to, if you've got an a Disney subscription already going, you can, if there's an offer on there, you can buy it using the code. Well, using the vouchers, you'll get the code. But if you don't use the code you don't have to use it straight away. You've got 12 months to use it, so you can kind of, you know, sort of piggyback it on to the when your other one's ending. So that's just a little tip. Much prefer our homegrown retailers. Yeah, yeah. I don't use Amazon that much. Generally, just at Christmas, just things like calendars and diaries and this sort of thing, and just the odd release. I have to say I use eBay quite a lot for sort of physical media because there's no real shops. You know, there's no HMV around here now. But I'm lucky that I've got some charity shops around this way which actually do some quite good deals, which I'm sure you've seen on my channel. So, but yeah. Do you think these labels are now taking collectors for granted, just re-releasing old titles with a few bits thrown in, same as happening in vinyl? Yeah, I do think they've, and I think AJ's touched on this, and I think it was partly to do with the pandemic, because obviously no new films were coming out. They looked at catalogue titles and they thought, how can we sort of, you know, get these selling? Let's do these collector's editions and things. The trouble is now is I think they've cottoned on to the fact that people do like those. Now, a few years ago, they were kind of exclusive and very limited, quite sought after. But now, I think literally every single week now, we're getting a new notification, limited edition, this, steelbook, that. Even with steelbooks, it happened. You know, steelbooks back in the day used to have just, they were quite scarce. But now, Zavvy's just saturated the market. So yeah, I do think, and some of these editions, it's like that Maverick Top Gun edition that's coming out, the two films on 4K, £100 for the set. I mean, yeah, they're exclusive steelbooks and they do look nice, but when you look at the photographs, you know, of the product, there's like some art cards there. You know, does it warrant the cost? I don't think so, but yeah, I do think a lot of these things are coming out, but maybe not necessarily selling out. But they're doing it with vinyl as well. Do you collect vinyl then, Ian? Is that something you do? I'll be back in a second. Just been given a mug of tea. Okay. I do agree. Amazon customer service are supremely helpful. Definitely one of the best. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I have to say, you know, I find the chat is probably the best, you know, sort of tool to use. But yeah, they're very good, very customer centric company. They're very good at yeah, that side of things, definitely. I noticed in Kings Lynn we have had a new independent media shop. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll have to pop over to Kings Lynn at some point, Pete. Um, yeah, I'll maybe we could meet up, you know, over there. It's nice to see independent shops springing up. Um, cool. Yeah, yeah, we'll have to sort some out, Pete. Definitely. Not been to Kings Lynn for many years now. Hi, AJ. Just thought I'd do a little impromptu live stream. Not for long, you know, probably 15, 20 minutes. Just thought I'd, you know, hop on and just see if anyone was about. And yeah, been going 35 minutes. Pete says, thoughts on Sony stealthy rising the price? Yeah, yeah. They're testing it, aren't they, to see, are people going to just take it and think, well, like everything else, the price is going up, so we'll just put the price up. The trouble is I think a lot of us are realizing that, certainly if you're picking up the standard releases of things, if you wait a week or so, you can nip into CEX and it'll be, £4 or £5 cheaper. AJ's noticed this, and I kind of said to him, do you need to necessarily pick something up straight away? Wait a few weeks, and you can get it for a £5 cheaper. And I think we've all got to do that because everything's going up. And yeah, I think it's a bit crafty of Sony because other retailers or other studios, shall we say, are keeping it at sort of $14.99 and $9.99. But yeah, definitely Sony seem to be maybe testing the water. Just the new Doctor Who episode is £13. Okay, well that'd be the BBC, won't it? I remember they're doing it as well. Hi Dimension, thanks for popping in. Yeah, cool. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Oh, you're on the road, been to IKEA. Okay, no worries. I collect CDs more than vinyl. They're even doing CD box sets, which are overpriced. That's because CDs are coming back. Yeah, there was a period where tapes sort of making a bit of a resurgence. But yeah, I've still got CDs. I don't mind listening to music on YouTube, and I haven't got Spotify. I think you can use that free, I think, on you, or there's sort of certain prices. I don't know, but yeah, I do like CDs, as long as you don't get scratches on them, a bit like DVD, skips and all this sort of stuff. But there's nothing like vinyl. Vinyl is a wonderful sound, a very warm sound, isn't it, to listen to? So yeah, cool. A meetup in Kings Lynn sounds great. Cool. Yeah, we'll have to do that. Probably maybe next year. Yeah, we'll have to sort something out, Pete, definitely. Yeah, yes. Only charging £70 for a game really gets me. I know it costs a lot to make the game, but wow, £50. Yeah. And the trouble is with games now, aren't they sort of almost, a bit like AJ said, almost like a key. You kind of download the content, but then if you want extra content, then you have to buy extra things or whatever. Back in the day when I did gaming, sort of the PlayStation 1, and I've still got my PlayStation 1 as well. I've got a couple of I've got 3 Tomb Raider games, the first 3 Tomb Raiders. And, you just bought the game and that was it. There was no downloading stuff. It just, loaded from the disc and that was it. But, yeah, 70 quid is like, really pushing it, isn't it? Mentioned, great. Yep. Good. Glad you're doing well, mate. Remember when No Time to Die came out, there was a cassette tape. Oh, cool. Yeah. I think sort of the cassette thing sort of came about from Guardians of the Galaxy. There was that Walkman, wasn't there, that was in the first film. And I can remember actually going to a car boot a few years back, after that film had come out, and finding that blue Walkman for 50p, and I put it on eBay that same day, and it went within an hour, and I think I put it on for about 50 or 60 pounds, and it went. I was like, couldn't believe it, but it was very popular back then. And yeah, I think there was a little bit of resurgence of the tapes at the time, but I didn't know they'd done it for No Time to Die. Oh, sorry, missed the comment then. Have you gotten the new Halloween 4K set? No, to be honest, I don't really collect Halloween films. I'll watch them on the TV, streaming or whatever, but it's not something I actually collect. So I've got some of the, I've got the Paranormal Activity films and Conjuring 2 and a couple of other sort of paranormal films. I quite like those. Whereas the slashers, I'll watch them, but they're not something I collect really. Most games are on disc, just have to update for fixes, but new Call of Duty only has 1% of the game. Wow, 1% of the game, and about how much are you paying for that? £50 or something? Crazy. Video games are the only form of media where they can release a broken version of it, get away with it to do. Yeah. Mind you, I'm surprised they haven't cottoned on to sort of with, Blu-ray and 4K to sort of, well, if you want to unlock this special feature, click this link, pay this amount. They could do that, couldn't they? But and I've noticed as well with the Maverick on the Blu-ray, you're getting 30 minutes of special features, whereas on this 4K, they're saying 80 minutes. See, so again, I don't think that's very fair, really, because not everyone's got 4K. But a lot of people have got Blu-ray. So why can't they just put all of the special features, on both formats? Again, I guess it's trying to get you to buy the more expensive version. And I know AK, he's picked up the DVD, and I know he collects. He's a DVD collector, and that's fine because not everyone has the budget to buy 4K or Blu-ray. But again, there's no special features on the DVD, which, back in the day, you'd have got 2 disc special editions packed with special features, and the menus that they used to do on the old DVDs were fantastic, all interactive and this, but I guess it's all about making money, isn't it? Similar to films, there are a few, I suppose, you could call on. Then boutique games brands now, where they do physical editions of games that haven't had them. Fantastic pricing. Okay. I'm probably just going to go for another 5 minutes. I'm going to finish at about 4:30, I think. Apologies if I don't get all of the comments, but yeah, we'll just run for another 5 minutes. I loved it on CDs when you got bonus tracks, demos, or bands who did peel sessions. These are like extras on DVDs and Blu-rays. You don't get those on Spotify. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so it's appealing to the collector, isn't it? Which is nice to see. £70 for Call of Duty, and it makes 900 million. Easy. Big business. Big business. One of the reasons why I don't like DVD now, lack of bonus content, slipcovers. Yeah, yeah. The thing is, though, on Blu-ray, they're not and it's Sony again, isn't it? They're not putting the slip covers on the Blu-rays. You might be getting them on the 4Ks. They're crafty, they're trying. It's all marketing, it's all designed so that you look at that edition and then you look at the 4K and you think, well, okay, it's got this and this. Yeah, it's all marketing. I remember 2 disc editions with bonus little games. Yeah, they did. Yeah. I mean, some of these sort of early DVDs, they went into a lot of work with the interactive menus. You'd click on the first menu, then it'd take you into a different menu with a different screen. And yeah, that's really cool. They don't tend to do that now, with the Blu-rays and the 4K. It's just a standard, image, and then you've got down the bottom, you've got the sort of scenes, bonus features, and this kind of thing. So yeah, it's not as much effort made these days. So I mean, the packaging is probably improved. Although you did get some nice DVDs back in the day, but not as many collector's editions as you do now. Biggest thing with physical games, we need them for preservation. Over the past 5 years, we lost lots of games to time. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Sony don't do slips for 4Ks either. They release like Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah, now I think they're going to be doing not Far From Home, but No Way Home. I think they're going to be probably doing another sort of extended version of that, aren't they? Well, probably a release coming out again. Will that have extra bonus features that weren't on the previous release? I don't know. I don't know whether I'll bother. I'm quite happy with the steelbook that I've got. Quite enjoyed the film. I thought it was really good. Does it need extra footage? Will that really give anything extra to the film? I don't know. I'm not so sure. I think it's about another 10 minutes or something like that. Just a couple of more minutes, guys, and then I'll call it game. It's getting a bit dark now, so yeah, I really appreciate everyone popping on. I say I wasn't too sure sort of who was about or anything, but yeah, it's great to have just a little chat with you guys. That's when you need to fork out for a nice lenticular edition. Yeah, I do like lenticulars. Oh, nice. Trouble is, I'm a bit of a sucker for the double lenticulars that you get on the premium editions. So I'm always on the hunt on eBay for a good price on a double lenticular. Yeah, yes, not great. It's quite nice at the moment because your mornings are lighter. But as we get closer to sort of Christmas, then you start seeing the mornings getting darker as well. So it's getting dark in the morning and sort of about 4 o'clock onwards. So but there we go. It won't be long before it's spring. Yeah, cheers, Pete. Thanks for popping in. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, we definitely have to sort something out for Kings Lynn. So yeah, sounds good having an independent store. Hopefully you can get some footage of it maybe on a Blu-ray hunt if you go in the next few weeks or whatever. But yeah, thanks for popping in. I wonder if labels like Arrow Video will cut back the extras. I can see it happening. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know Zavi's got an interest. They own part of Arrow, I think, so they'd be quite keen to keep the special, editions going. I would think. Uh, I guess it all comes down to rights, doesn't it? I mean, Arrow must have to pay a lot of money for the rights to some of these films, from the major studios. But to be honest, I think going forward, that's probably what's going to happen. A lot of these boutique labels are going to, obviously they'll have to pay for the rights, but they're going to sort of pick up a lot of these films that maybe the major studios is just going to think, oh, we'll just put it on our streaming platform. You know, we're not going to bother with, you know, physical releases. I mean, I don't know whether Disney would look to sort of say, well, here you go, you know, to a sort of boutique label, shall we say, you know, you can put our releases out, but we're focusing on the Disney Plus. I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, only time will tell. Right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there then. So I've got to 4:30. So thanks ever so much for popping in. Great to have a little chat. And as I say, AJ will have his stream on Saturday. I'll obviously be joining him for that one with some guests. So, yeah, hopefully chat to you again on that. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later. Bye now.